Hey guys, welcome back. Dan here from Your Guitar Academy, and we're on the third lesson of our Angus Young player study, and we're now going to do the third and fourth licks, and we've got some pretty chunky sounds here, and so a really difficult speedy lick for you to get your teeth into. Now at this point we're starting to enter phase 2 of the solo. So phase 1 was that aggressive low end, setting out the rhythm and the intention of the solo. And now in this part, we're going to move through that and start to move up the neck to create the next kind of level, as it were, of the solo, where we get that hard hitting kind of that kind of sound, which we're all wanting to hear. And now we're going to be doing it. So pick up your guitar and let's get started. Okay, if you're just joining us in this course, then please do head on over to the website where you'll find the full write-up of everything absolutely free. That includes the fretboard diagrams, that includes all the tab, and basically everything you need to really master each lesson. Now, as well as that, if you're watching us here on YouTube, please do like and subscribe and leave us a comment. We love hearing back from you guys and very happy to answer any questions that you might have. All right then guys, so let's just go through this, these 2 licks. So lick number 3 is this. Okay, and lick number 4 is that one. Okay, so let's break down one at a time. We're going to do lick number 3 first. So essentially lick number 3, we've kind of ended the previous lick. So the previous lick was this. And now I'm going to just be hitting that open E string at the start of lick 3. Okay, so that open E string is just kind of like an aggressive release, and then I'm going to do the riff that actually goes throughout the verse. So you'll be familiar with this after unit 2, but this little lick is this. Okay, so it's really common sounding AC/DC lick or riff, okay, utilizing that pentatonic box 3. That low end of box 3, okay? So it simply goes like this. So we're going to go 7, 5, 7, 7, 7, 5, 7. So slower. So it's all about just kind of using this third finger as like a pivot as you kind of go through this almost back and forth sounding pentatonic lick. So we get. All right. So I'll do it slower. So in terms of your timing, in fact, let's just kind of walk through this. So we got this kind of 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm just going to just make sure I get this timing absolutely bang on. So we've got this 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay, I got it. 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. Okay, let's just do that with a drum beat so you can really hear that nice and clearly. 2, 3, 4. 1 This is why I love being able to break down that rhythm. It's so important because, you know, a lick can sound totally different if you place it on the 1 E and the 2 E. So that started on the E, so it kind of feels like it kind of pushes in. Or if you start it on the 2, it's a completely different lick. 1, 2. So there's that lick. Now, the second part of that lick goes like this. And this is where we're really trying to build up, moving our way through the fretboard now to get something really high sounding at the end of it. So I'm going to be taking, starting from this second fret on the B string, which is actually from the major pentatonic. Okay, now we're going to get into that in a later unit, so don't worry too much about that for now. But just notice that we are utilizing major as well as minor, just a little bit, and we'll do it much more later in the unit, in the course. So we got the second fret up to third fret, up to fifth fret, up to eighth fret, up to 10th fret. And that's literally going through, apart from that kind of major note at the beginning, we're literally going through your minor pentatonic, just going up one string, okay? And by doing it on one string, the effect that we get is that we're kind of rising up. We're kind of rising up before we're gonna hit something big, okay? It also allows us to play that open E string. Okay, so we start on the second fret. Okay, so it's 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. Downstrokes there to get the aggression. Okay, so 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. Okay. So that lick as a whole is 1, 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4. Now when I play it in the track, I do down up strokes. Okay, I just like that kind of ease of that. But if you really want to get that extra aggression, you can do all downstrokes. It sounds really cool. Either way, for me, you get that kind of the effect that you're after. Okay. So with the drum beat, that lick by itself. So lick number 3 is 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Again, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so just spend a minute just kind of trying to go through that. Again, try to reference, this is the first time we played through the pentatonic scale just going up one string. So it's really important to kind of get to here and be like, can you actually see where you are? Could you now go and play through the pentatonic box 4 that's underneath? Can you go and play through the box 3? You know, this is just the absolute crucial part of any solo that you learn, attributing it to those box shapes, okay? Now, lick number 4 is the quickest lick in the whole solo, really, okay? So we're just gonna break it down just to that part, okay? It is essentially just on that pentatonic box 1. Okay. It's just literally kind of playing through all the notes within that, okay? It's just how you play through them. Now, I'm gonna go and break this down really slow, then we'll talk a little bit about the right hand technique as you kind of go through this. But just to get the notes down, okay, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm getting this absolutely bang on for you guys. I've got the tab out in front of me here. We're gonna be going, we're gonna start with this kind of double 12, so channeling your inner Stevie Ray Vaughan. You know, that kind of thing. So we got 12, 12, 12, okay? And then we're gonna grab the 15th fret on the B string and we're gonna do a tone bend twice. Okay? Bam, bam! So it's kind of like, sorry, if I was to slide it. Now, whenever you're doing bends, tone bends, you've got to be really careful for the actual, you know, that you get the pitch right. So it's worth when you first start doing this to just reference the pitch notes. Oh! Okay, so you kind of got to get it into your system almost. Sometimes for me, the more I think about it, the harder it is to pitch it, but it's just that muscle memory. That's why when I'm just doing it at a pace, you tend to get it right because the muscle memory just kicks in. just kicks in for you. And that's a huge part of this practice, okay? So what I would do here is at a slow pace, just try and get that together. And then just check the pitch is correct, okay? You can always just have a droning E in the background as well. Because remember, you're bending up to an E, so it should match when you bend up to that note. Tonally, it should kind of just be about right. As long as your intonation on the guitar is okay and everything like that, it should about match. Now, the other tricky bit, the trickiest bit, potentially, is then getting the wide vibrato on top of that bend. Okay, so we're going to talk about this later on in the course. We're going to go through it in some detail. So for now, you can practice it, but we will talk about it more. So you're bending up a full tone, and then you're trying to, apply your vibrato technique to the top of that bend. And it's a wide vibrato. So again, you've got the pitch note, and then you're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, just like we talked about with the vibrato on, on a normal string without a bend. But it is a very, very hard technique to nail. So what I would suggest is don't worry too much about it now. Just get this absolutely bang on with the pitch. And in a couple of units time, when we look at this, we'll identify that, we'll take a real deep look at that. You can come back and apply it to this solo. So you can add it as like the kind of cherry on top, okay? Because we've got other things to worry about at this point. We've got a really fast lick we're about to do. So we've got this. Okay, then we're gonna go, and these are the notes, we're gonna go 12, 15, 12, 14, so just down the pentatonic box, and then we're going to go 12, 12, 14. So this is the slightly fiddly bit where we're basically just doing an E minor arpeggio. We're doing a 12, 12 with the same finger, 14. So this is actually a 16th note triplet thing, which is, we'll talk about that again later in the course. So we get So the way you want to count this little bit here is in little threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So all together, really, really slow, we get this. Time. Okay. Now, as you increase the pace on that section, you might, I hybrid pick it. So for the higher strings, I do hybrid pick, then plectrum, 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 hybrid pick, plectrum, plectrum. Now, that's totally my thing. That's how I would approach any lick that's that quick and jumps back up through strings. So, if I'm coming down and then I suddenly have to make a big jump back up like that, I would typically use hybrid picking. That's not to suggest that Angus Young does. In fact, I would say he probably doesn't. And it's not to suggest that you have to. It's just an option for you. So you can happily just pick that as well. Okay. And in terms of your picking direction, I would probably do down, up, down, down, up, down. Down, up, down, down, up or down at the end, that doesn't really matter. Okay. So let's just get that one across a beat. It comes in just off the start of the beat, so it's 1. So you can see the kind of speed we're talking at here. We're back in that 65 BPM. 3, 4, 1. Ah. Okay, so if you put that together with the lick previously, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'll do that again, sorry. We've got my counting 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. 3 and a 4 E. 1. Okay, so let's just stop that there. So that is your lick. Let's just play through these 2 licks now at 55 BPM. Okay, so it sounds like this. This might be more of the speed that will help you kind of get that one together. Okay, so we're going to start in the low end. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do that lick again. 2, 3, 4, 1. That was with hybrid picking. You can also do it with just the plectrum. 2, 3, 4, 1. That's more like the speed which I would hope you guys can get that lick up to initially. So try and put those 2 licks together, see how you get on, and we'll carry on next time. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. If you want to start from the beginning of the whole playlist or the whole course in order, you can click here. If you just want to go straight to the next lesson, you can click here. As well as that, please do like and subscribe. Click that notification bell so that you can see what courses we've got coming up as they're released. And do leave a comment. Remember, we love to hear from you guys, and we're very happy to answer all the questions that you've got about the courses.